Okay, we're gonna watch this together. This is the Bill Simmons Show. The title is "Was It Too Soon to Write Off Russell Westbrook?" Let's listen to this together. I listened to about the first 30 or 40 seconds, and I have an answer to their question. And let me tell you, let me. We want to know what you think as well.
Tommy and I talked about it on Tuesday, and I was like, this honestly reminds me of Travolta in Pulp Fiction. Like, I thought you were dead, I thought your career was over, and you were going to be, on CW shows, and now you're in this amazing movie, and now you're headlining movies again. What happened? Westbrook, the athleticism and intensity, and it's the whole Westbrook package. But it really seems like 2016 era Westbrook. He's taking guys off the dribble. He's got that ferocity at the end of the game. You see when he cheap shot at Durant when they were doing the fouls. And
I didn't see that.
He kind of did the undercut him, and Durant was like, "What the fuck, dude? It was over." He was 11 for 23 today. He had 12 assists. He had 8 rebounds. He did not seem tired at any point, and it's just like I've never seen a rejuvenation like this from a guy that we thought was going to be like in China here.
It's been incredible, and it's not just offensively, as you're saying.
Boom. You just hit it, bro. You just hit it. I thought about this tonight. I was thinking about how Skip Bayless was like, I can't believe that Russell Westbrook is doing this, because Skip Bayless was saying, no, Clippers, don't sign Russell Westbrook. He's going to destroy your team. And Shannon Sharp was like, yeah, we just had Russell Westbrook on our team. And it did not work well, and I don't understand why they did it for. And yeah, I'm not a Russell Westbrook fan. I don't like his personality. I am not a big Russell Westbrook fan, but I am a fan of the game. And so I'm happy that he's been rejuvenated. He seems to have fit in with the Clippers, which I didn't expect either. I didn't expect him to fit in with the Clippers. Now, I will say this. I was taking Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp's word for it because I didn't watch a lot of Lakers games this year. I thought they were really boring and really sad. And I was taking a lot of people's word for it. He wasn't playing well this year, right? Okay. He wasn't a good fit for the Lakers. But I think it is wrong for these experts to totally write the guy off as if there was no chance for him to fit in with the Clippers, okay? But everyone was saying that, yes, he could have been out of the league. Shannon Sharp was saying that, hey, word is that this was when he was on the Lakers. Shannon Sharp, Lakers insider, right? Says that Shannon Sharp was saying over and over again when the time came for him to put this information out, he was like, I've heard that if he does get traded, they're going to buy him out and no one's interested in him, right? Okay. Well, he was traded to the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz did not want him to play on their team. They brought him out, just like Shannon Sharp said that they would. They took the first round pick. They're like, give me a first round pick for this guy, right? And we'll take him off your hands. But we are going to buy him out. And shockingly, the Clippers picked him up. But it was perfect. It was perfect because Paul George was out. It's a perfect move by the Clippers. Perfect move by the Clippers, and the experts didn't see it. Because Paul George has an injury history, and he was injured. Kawhi Leonard, sorry. He wasn't injured when they got Russell Westbrook. But Kawhi injured, Lord Jesus. Kawhi Leonard has an injury history as well. So you got two stars that are up in age that have injury histories. And why not get a dog like Russell Westbrook as an insurance policy, right? And it worked out perfectly for them. So it's still early. This could implode, but for right now, this guy's playing so hard because he might be out of the league. You just hit it. We thought he was going to be in China next year, right? Out of the league. There's no place that wants him. His ego is so big that he's not going to take a pay cut. et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? He's not going to fit in with a team, et cetera, et cetera. Even though I thought he did well with the Houston Rockets, I thought that was pretty cool. The way him and Harden fit in and things of that nature. Boom, boom, boom. Again, I'm not a big Russell Westbrook fan. I don't like his attitude and things of that nature. But I love the way he goes hard. I love the game. So this is very, very interesting. It's good to see him be at the low that he was in with the Lakers, and then coming up and bringing it up in the playoffs where he's really needed. He's finding a home for himself. And so that's pretty cool for me to really see. But I think that that's the reason why, you know. What do you think? I mean, you know how it is when a person is uncoachable, right? So that person that you're dating, you know, they wouldn't listen to you. They wouldn't, you know, wash dishes, or they wouldn't come and pick you up on time. They were never on time, et cetera, et cetera. But then you say, okay, do you see Bob over there? Do you see Susie over there? Yeah, they tried to get my number. They tried to get my number the other day, and I was like, oh, well, I have a girlfriend. And, you know, so you better shape up or you can get shipped out, right? Well, Russell Westbrook knows that if he doesn't ship up, this might be his last opportunity in the NBA. So this guy didn't play defense, they say. They say he wasn't playing defense. He was a one-way player because of his ego, right? Well, his ego is telling him, yo, Russ, we need to play harder.
First, the explosion, the activity, a lot of it's defensively too. And I'm sure there are a lot of folks in Houston, in OKC, in Washington, certainly, you know, Lakers fans or people without an organization thinking, you could have been doing this the whole time. Like, you could have been this defender the whole time, contesting every shot from behind, not giving up on a single play, in the mix, everywhere. And in particular, like, the fact that he can credibly at any point guard Kevin Durant in this series would have been an unimaginable thought a couple of months ago. And yet, he had that, like, former teammate who knows all of your stuff dynamic, but amplified by enough pettiness to power the sun, right? Like, that is a...
So that's what happens. That is exactly what happens to people when they know that their bum is against the wall. You know, then something gets activated, and that is also some great commentary on our society today. Is that, you know, you gotta make people fend for themselves. You gotta make people get up and do something for themselves, right? You can't baby people. You can't, you know, oh, I feel so sorry for you, you know, blah, 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 blah. No, get up and do something, right? Work as hard as you can today, because if you don't work hard, then you're not going to be able to take care of yourself. You're not going to have good things in life, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Instead, our society is like, oh, well, let me help you with that. Russell Westbrook understands that his bum is going to be out the door if he doesn't show improve, and he's not going to be able to make millions and millions of dollars every single year playing a game when he's well able and well capable to being coachable and fitting into a system and being a part of a team.
Amazing matchup to zoom in and watch. The way he's just like able to push KD out, get his dribble, time his stuff. Russ has been incredible defensively. And offensively, especially in a game like this, you would think without Kawhi to stabilize it, are they going to go completely off the rails if they have to rely on Westbrook? Nope. They had some early turnovers, but they cleaned it up. He looked great. Powell looked great. The Clippers look like the deepest team in the league.
Yeah, it's amazing that the Suns had to try so hard with all of their players, and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are injured, and they have a backup, Russell Westbrook, who just got picked up off of waivers, basically, come in, and he was a backup on the Lakers. My goodness, I'm sorry. He was a backup on the Lakers, got traded for a first-round pick. Give me a first-round pick and I'll take him off your hands. But we don't want him. We just want to buy him out. And the Suns are barely beating this guy. And the Clippers have a very good team. And maybe that's the reason, because the Clippers have a very good team around Kawhi. and Paul George. They have the pieces that are around them, and the Phoenix Suns are not as deep and they're not as solid because the point guard, I'm sorry, I forgot his name, the State Farm guy. He's an older player. Chris Paul, sorry. Chris Paul is an older player, and he's not as good. Yeah, he's very good in spots. He's great in spots, right? But he's not that defensive player. He's not that all-around player that he used to be, right? So the Suns have a lot of deficiencies. They don't have a very good bench. They're not very good defensively, right? Ayton he's good. He can be very good, but he's not great. Okay, he can be. He has his deficiencies as well, right? So they have a lot of things that are going on that are working against him, and it just so happens that that Russell Westbrook is playing phenomenal.
Holy ball Westbrook a couple times. I mean, Booker a couple times in the second half.
Yeah.
Like grown man shit. And I was like, oh man, you can still do this? I was thinking about his career. I obviously am not a huge Westbrook guy, but I've respected always how hard he plays. But really since that 2016 season with KD, the last OKC season, he's always been like the guy in the wrong movie. You have like the movie star. It's like when Nick Cage had that run of weird Nick Cage movies, and then he kind of eventually found his Nick Cage level.
You're going to be more specific on the run of weird Nick Cage movies.
Well, he's had this kind of comeback, right, where people kind of know who Nick Cage is now. He's in OKC as the main guy, which is great for his stats, but you're not winning anything with that. Goes to Washington, same thing. You're going to be basically a 500 team and an 8 seed. The Houston, which was before the Washington, just a weird fit with Harden, 2 high usage guys, and then goes to the Lakers, and you see this version of him now in the Clippers, and you're like, oh, this never would have worked in the Lakers. Nobody freelances, ad-libs, is a wild card on the LeBron team. It's just never worked. LeBron likes, he likes to have the ball. There's this set thing. He likes certain type of guys. And it was a horrible fit, but I think it was such a bad fit, it made a lot of us just think he's done. It's over. That's it. And he's clearly not done. Athletically, when you think like he's 2008 draft, think of the other guys in that draft. Kevin Love, his hair is the color of mine. Derrick Rose is almost out of the league. All those guys in that draft are basically done, and he looks like he's 25.
Yeah, I think it's a little unfair because, in that LeBron system, as we see with Russell, what is the kid's name? Russell. Forgot his name, that they just traded from the Timberwolves, their present point guard. Did you see that interview that they just had where the guy was like, yeah, you're playing point guard? He's like, there's no point guard on this team. We're just ball players. And he did seem kind of ticked off about that. It seemed like there was something there, but basically Russell Westbrook was playing point guard, but I guess it wasn't really quite point guard, because LeBron is like the point guard, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's the LeBron system. So maybe, just maybe, people have been too tough on Russell Westbrook just a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I see all the turnovers and, the attitude and things of that nature, and, the inability to understand your place on the team. I see all of that, but he did play for the Wizards. I mean, it's the Wizards. And again, I thought he did really good with Houston. I really liked their flow and everything like that. They just didn't have everything together in order to win a championship or anything like that. And of course with OKC, his team wasn't that good either. But they did do some good things there, of course. So maybe, just maybe, people being a little bit too tough on him. But what do you think? I just thought it was very interesting that, he has definitely had renovation. Let's see how long it's going to be, that renovation. But I think the main reason why is just because this guy knows that, hey, you know what? It's going to be so embarrassing when I can't make a roster, in which I thought that would have been, I won't say unfair, but just unwise, because he should have a place on the NBA roster somewhere, somehow, if that's big if he's able to take a pay cut, and I don't know if he's going to be willing to do that, but in the future he's almost gonna certainly have to take a pay cut. But with these 2 games that he's played so far that have been so good, what is it, 2 or 3 now? I don't know. His ego is gonna go sky high. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to see what the future of Russell Westbrook is gonna be. So what do you think? Do you think that Russell Westbrook is going to continue on this ride and continue to do great like he's doing right now, or is this an aberration? And do you think that he has a future in the league, or will he still be out of the league soon? Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.